Welcome to Bator International. Today we're going to check out this 1947 HRD Vincent Series B Rapide. Before Vincent was actually Vincent, they were called HRD, and this is a very, very early example of the HRD Rapides. This actually has serial number 140. I don't know if that means it's the 140th engine built or bike built back in the day, but needless to say, this is engine number 140. And this is a non-numbers matching motorcycle. And let me explain that to you. On Vincent's or HRDs, they have an upper frame member number up here. And then they also have a rear frame member number back here. And then also, of course, you have the engine number below the cylinders on the left-hand side. And another set of numbers that you want to check out are between the cylinders. These are mating numbers. Very hard to see from this position, but on this engine they are matching. So it's a very, very clean number bike without issue. But again, at some time in its life, either the frame was swapped out or the engine was swapped out. But being that it's 73 years old, I mean, you can't expect these bikes to be complete without, some items being swapped out through the years. This has the dual drum front wheel with a 20-inch wheel rim. That's a British thing. American bikes were 19s or 21s. And it also has the large Smith speedometer. This one was rebuilt back in the mid-90s along with the Magneto. I've got a lot of documentation that goes with this bike. It has the early aluminum style fenders, and they were called Burma Brights back in the day. And these are original fenders. It has Dunlop wheel rims, and they always had the black paint with the red pinstriping on them. As the dual amyl carburetors. And on the early HRDs, everything had the HRD logo, like on the valve caps, the filler cap for the gearbox, and as you can see, 4-speed. Magneto is up front of the engine. And this bike has the original paint on the gas tank. Even has the old original logos. You can see some of the crazing in the lacquer. And of course, a few dents here and there. What's also cool is the large headlight. Even says light on the front, in case you forget. But the front brakes are very, very ingenious. It's like on a rocker up on the very front. So when you pull the cable, it pulls this one down, which draws the brake on the right or the left side. And then also with that rocker, it's pulling up on the left or on the right side of the wheel here as well, which actuates the drum on this side. So you have to do a little bit of adjusting there. And also on the earlier Series Bs, they had the girder type front fork instead of the Vincent Girdrolic. This is also a tensioner here to sort of give you a little bit of a smoother ride on rough roads. But this bike has the original style exhaust, original mufflers, or muffler, only has one. And again, it has a number of dents throughout. And being that it has been off the road since 2011, it's been in a collection, or should I say a garage, for a number of years. It was obviously on a rally in 1975. That was the year I graduated high school, giving away my age. And again, the remote float bowl amyl carburetors, one per cylinder. Front cylinder has the carb on the left, rear has it on the right. And in case you forget, it says oil for the gearbox. I also like the really cool oil cap because, again, the oil tank is in the actual upper frame member. And this one has all kinds of cool little writing on it. Tells you what type of oil to use. And these motorcycles, actually, the engine is a keystone to the actual frame itself. So the rear frame section and the upper frame section do not bolt together directly. They bolt to the engine, and then the engine basically becomes part of the frame member. So for the rear frame section, you have the swing arm that bolts to the rear of the engine, along with the shock absorbers. Now the rear portion of the shock absorber mounts to the rear frame section, and the front of the shock absorber mounts to the upper frame member. And the upper frame member is basically just an oil tank that goes from the back side of your gas tank to the steering head, and that's it. So the rest of it's all motor. They made a lot less Series Bs than they did the Series Cs, so the Series B is much more popular, and it's just a little bit more cool factor when you go to buy one of these bikes. So the earlier ones just have a little bit more character, a little bit more style, and are a little bit more desirable. And well, when you say stop, I guess you mean stop. There's your light. But a very nice bike, very good condition for its age, unrestored, which a lot of people like in these days. And this motorcycle, along with many others, can be viewed on our website at batorinternational.com. Or if you want more information on this one, you can give me a call at 805-798-1802.